Good morning. I'm just doing some morning stuff real quick. All right. So we found our turning point yesterday. Unfortunately, didn't participate in the ride, but one of those things, everything played out how we thought, man. It was nice. So yesterday we shorted here at 26, and then we also shorted at 32, which happened to be at times like those, I got stopped out break even, right? And then it went my direction, of course. But it's times like those that you are confident. Well, the market showed me that, hey, I'm buying and selling with the big dogs. You know, you almost become the resistance, right? So we came down overnight. Right now we're 7 points from the gap of yesterday. If we hover around here till open, most likely we'll go up and fill that gap. My thesis for yesterday was that we were going to break lower and come down into this low volume area or even lower, and just do a retracement before all-time highs. Um, kind of still feeling that right now. We're playing this market range, and we'll see what happens. Kind of a mixed day today, information-wise. I'm not super confident in anything today. So I'm just gonna be careful, manage risk, and stick to the rules. A lot of times this pattern shows up overnight where we have a drop and then we get this real obvious choppy trend up into the open, and then we'll open and then we might come, I don't know where we're going to come, maybe right above this candle here, and that's when we'll break this 5 minute trend and start going down. I'll be right back a second. our yogurt for the morning. So like we were saying, today's kind of an iffy day. Yesterday I was expecting a breakdown into a lower area before we continue to all-time highs. We got that breakdown, but not till the end of the day and overnight. Coming in the morning, we're 7 points below yesterday's open, which would put us right over here. So I've marked this blue zone. It's right above this candle high. So if we came up, opened up, and pushed higher into there, we might see a reaction. If we start seeing a reaction downwards and creating supply at that point, I'd be willing to jump in short and take it lower to approximately 60.90s is the next level down. Right now we're reacting off of this demand, but this isn't demand that I wanted to trade. I thought if we start breaking down, we would go lower into these buyers. So there is demand there. That's why we are bouncing. Like I mentioned too, this is a similar pattern you'll see pop up as a downwards move overnight. And this really obvious, the cleanest trend, higher highs, higher lows you'll ever see. And then we open up, get a push up into a key level, and get slapped away. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm getting a lot of conflicting information today, so I'm not going to make any for sure statements. But we'll see. We'll read price and see what happens. It's okay to be unsure too in the market. You can't always be 100% positive all the time, right? I'm gonna eat my yogurt. Five minutes till the open. We're in this 5 minute uptrend. Not really sure what's gonna happen today. I feel that we want to go fill more buy orders. We've had this extend and move up. I am no doubt in my mind we're super bullish, right? But there's always pullbacks. So just like here in this uptrend so far, we've pulled back to demand pretty consistently. So somewhere right down here would be a beautiful area to get long. If we can break down, really unsure. I don't have too many answers this morning. I don't like the way things shaped up so far. All right. Couple minutes till we open up. Like I said, not too sure this morning. I think we can go lower before we can go higher, but look at this. This 5 minute trend, man. It's so funny. Like perfect. We'll see what happens though. The information I'm seeing, we have positioning up here in this supply zone we were talking about yesterday, options wise. So we make a new high up here. Really, once we break this, we have room, but it has shown sellers are there from yesterday's move. Other than that, we go lower. There's low volume here. What do I mean by low volume? If you take a order flow volume profile tool, this is one that I have with my software, and you bring it over the candles, you can see clearly right here, there's like no volume. So that just means price didn't spend any time in that area. And you could almost treat it sort of like a gap, like an overnight gap. It's a gap in price. Price couldn't fill all the orders potentially there. I don't know, but if they're obvious like that, if there's obvious gaps like that, I will mark that an area of interest. Now these levels, it's important to have good levels, but it's also important to read the shorter term price action when you get to those levels, right? Like yesterday when we got short up here, we waited until price action showed weakness. So we'll see what happens. We'll just watch price action. Open it up now. Gap 6 points higher. What is that? Right up here, 19-ish. Where's my data box? Oh, which one? Like crap, this one? Yeah, okay. 120.25. Gap's right up here. See if we can reach it. Kind of a unique day today in terms of a lot of times there's similar days and you can kind of have a statistical probability of what's going to happen. But there's really no probability today. Gap is only 8 points above. What I expect is to fill that gap, possibly get to this blue zone. If we're going lower, maybe see sellers step in and break this trend. And then looking at the higher time frame, this is the demand we're bouncing off of right now. If we come back into it, it's weakened. Potentially we'll go through. Sorry about the dogs. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Gonna let price play out. We kind of got what we wanted yesterday, an exhaustion gap into supply, except the down move happened way at the end of the day, unfortunately. So what I wanted from the down move yesterday was to come down and into the day before the previous day's candle. So we also have a gap down to here. A lot of confluence in this area. Let's see what 50% of the swing is, huh? We take a fib and fib this swing. And our 50% area is right here, so confluence right around the 60s, 70s maybe. That's if we can make it through this options here. That could be significant. Yeah, today nothing going on. What is today? Thursday, right? Today's Thursday. January 23rd. Just gonna trade a little bit. We'll see how the morning turns up. If it's too right now, I'm kind of conflicted on the information that I have. I'm not gonna make any rash decisions. I said what I wanted to play out as a gap fill near the blue zone. maybe start breaking down to go a little lower near this low volume area before we make all-time highs again. But timing's the hard part, right? Just like yesterday, timing was the hard part. We had the position. We became the resistance in the market. Our position was at 32.50 right here. And we pushed the market lower. Our position alone did. No, but it feels that way when you when you're looking at the right price levels, you become the resistance or the support, along with the millions of dollars that are also interacting with that price level. But you get the point. It's cool. It's cool. It tells you, makes you feel like you're doing something right, you know? Did a running pull up workout yesterday. I'm not a big runner, so that, ooh, wiped out my legs, my calves especially. Today I'll do some upper body, I think. Oh, this is a website I have linked below. It's all free. Um, I like going through their pre-market reports. I use their levels are very good actually for a free source. I'd suggest checking it out. It just gives you information. They're running on the bullish thesis, and it makes perfect sense to make all-time highs. Not necessarily today, but within the short future. We will not discuss politics here, but um, there's a lot of uncertainty. You know, they say they want to put tariffs on Mexico and Canada by February. That's I can't imagine people will be too happy. The market will be too happy about paying higher prices. Here we go, going for the gap fill. Chugging away. Still, it's keeping that perfect 5 minute uptrend. Ooh, always scares me when they're perfect like that. Almost made it. Ooh, I'll be right back. All right. Still struggling to get up there. Oh, we'll make it though. We'll make it. Don't you worry. Well, I don't actually know that. Don't base trades off my words, okay? Just what is probably probabilities going to happen. Eight 45. 9 o'clock, if we could push up the first 30 minutes. Even just chop up like this would be cool. Like do 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 do. We're gonna move up, and around 9 o'clock, hit this area would be interesting. Something I would be interested in. Creating supply and re-entering, or entering on the retest. Yesterday's low, 87. That's down here. Okay. So this area here, 80s to 90s, 60 80s to 60 90s. Probably there's options positioned here. Multiple factors come into play here too. Yesterday's low of the day of the candle, the low of yesterday's day candle is here also. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Right now we're in the sideways range. Like I said earlier, I believe we'll fill the gap. I marked this area, which is right just above this high here. This is the market telling us that sellers would not let price above this. So seeing a gap fill and maybe a push into this area, and then breaking our uptrend for a move lower. But we'll see. I'm just gonna let price play out. Like I was saying, kind of got mixed signals today, so I'm not too excited just to jump into anything. We caught the top yesterday, and the trade idea was that we were going to give back some of the prior day's gains, meaning come down into this area. But we never did that, so we'll see if we still want to make that move lower. Where do I get info for options positions? So one source that I have linked below is Trading Edge. It's free. Daily they'll post their options levels that they're looking at. My other sources, I have two other sources. One is a friend who has a Bloomberg terminal. I don't pay for that, but also I can't share that. And then also a source that I pay for. But that does not mean you need to pay. So my suggestions on that would be to use Trading Edge, use their options data. It's very good. It's very good for free data. And then they plan on releasing on the site to be able to look it up yourself. Right now, you have to wait until they look it up for you. But then you can even use like the CME website. There's a lot of different. I would shop around. So the good ones will cost money. But at the end of the day, it's not something you should spend money on right now until you're profitable. Or if you're no, I don't know what you do, but I would go the free route. Go Trading Edge. If you gain trust in me, where I'm saying I'm very confident in, so you can use me as a resource for those levels. And then you have to be careful with some of the resources out there because depending on where they're getting their data, it could be kind of hit or miss. So I like to use like any of the main like bar chart, the CME, any of those like real, not like some kind of options app or whatever that they're making nowadays. Just don't get baited into those people selling crap. We fill that gap yet? No. Point away. So I my core philosophy in trading is supply and demand. And once I got good at that and started becoming profitable, then that's when I added, um, like I used the money the markets made me to get better resources. But it's not something that you have to start with. You don't have to start with like Bloomberg Terminal, you know. But really, I can't say enough good things about that Trading Edge site. They they are freaking good. It's impressive. Did that close it? 19? I think that might have closed it. Let's see. 2025? Was that right? Oh. Close enough, though. We could count that as a gap close. I was laughing at this 5 minute trend is just like the most perfect uptrend that you would ever see. It's kind of silly. But make no mistake. So the market can be irrational, right? So we have talking about yesterday. This is the daily. So down here at the beginning of November, we formed this demand. Price skyrocketed out of it, right? We finally made it back into it here, and we're starting to skyrocket again. If these buyers are this strong, this could create an up move like this, where it's just irrational, right? Um, so that's just something to be careful of. Consider us to be in this range on the daily now. But until these sellers get, so I would like, if these are the real sellers here, if these are the real sellers, I would like to see them break this demand. If we just come straight back up, that doesn't give me too much confidence. The imbalance that they created didn't take out demand. So that just tells me that they're not very strong. But right now I'm considering us to be in this range on the hourly, this range on the daily, and we're uptrending into the morning. Oh, one thing's interesting. If you look at the 3 o'clock time frame, 3 o'clock Central, uh, that happens to be a good reversal point a lot of times overnight. Sometimes if we're getting close to a key level and we don't quite make it there during the day session, I'll set an alarm for 250 and see what the markets do and take a little peek and see if we're in a reversal zone at that point. Like right at that time, we made it to this demand here. Yeah, that would have been interesting to be there for. Also, a good time to trade. Say you can't trade normal hours at, wherever you live or whatever. Look into like that 3 a.m. Central Time, like reversal time. I don't know if it happens. This is 3 here. We just keep going up. This is 3 here. A little before 3 is when we go up that. Yeah, this is 3 here. We reverse down. Not a bad time to trade, I think. It looks like we pretty much filled that gap. The one thing a lot of people think, well, okay, so a lot of people use back testing as be like, okay, I have my MACD, and I'm going to go look back at every time it crosses long and see what the win rate is. Um, but how I believe you should approach back testing is you should be back testing things like theories. So, like, if we gap, if we're within 15 points of yesterday's close, how many times, what's the percentage that we fill that gap? If we're over 15 points from yesterday's close, what's the percentage we don't fill that gap? So, coming in the morning, we were like, we were gap down 7 points. So I said, we're going to go fill that gap. It's just statistically likely. So you come up with all these little theories, be like, okay, that's interesting. What's the biggest gap um, that you usually, like the average largest gap that turns into a reversal? And you can be aware of these things, the way the market behaves, and you can create trade ideas off of it too. Like if we're within 15 points of yesterday's close, I'm going to try to trade to the close or trade back to the close. These are the gap sellers that are coming in right now. Strong little uptrend though as far as supply. At this point, this is the last of the supply here, right here, that we're coming into, and the gap. If we start pushing through it, we can break through that supply. I marked this area just because it's the high of this candle, meaning factually price could not get above blah blah blah. Price could not get above this candle. That's a fact of price action. So we'll be aware of that area. But the supply isn't till all the way up here, so if this doesn't push us down and reverse us, we have room to 130. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm not too confident in today the way yesterday shaped up and the way this morning is shaping up. So I'm just going to let the 5 minute play out and see what happens. Oh, that Trading Edge website also has like um, classes and stuff. It's teaches you, I think he has options classes. It's a good resource. I always point that out. I think he's kind of similar. The person who runs that, I feel like, has a similar attitude to me. It's like I'm confident when I do, and there's so much misinformation. If I can just get a little slice of pie to perhaps help somebody along the way, that's great, man. Everyone's got to go through their own journey, though. That's why I don't believe in like unless you find a real professional to mentor you one on one. I don't, you shouldn't pay for anything. It's all your own journey. I have a unique style. My style, probably, I wouldn't suggest it for most people. But the areas I look at and the probabilities, those are for everyone. I don't care what anyone says. The best part about trading is waking up in your PJs, getting your caffeine, and just hanging out. Too bad it's freezing out, but I love when it's nice out and you can open up the door. Something interesting that if I might participate, we break. Something like this. I want to see some of these, preferably, I have 3 of these demands break, and a retest in a supply somewhere. But also at the same time, I want to see this perfect trend continue. I wonder how long it could go. If I short, I'll be shorting to get down to the 60-90s. And if we don't show many buyers stepping in there, I would push to the 60-70s, 60-80s. If we go up, I'll be looking at the reaction from right above this can, like the 120s, or higher. Maybe even making a higher high. But at that point, I don't want to see that much strength come in, so. Or if you get your ears barked off. Yappy dogs, yappy dogs. And ever since I had COVID, just this deep chest cough. Just like tickles right in my chest. I can't get rid of it. Am I gonna die? Maybe. Boom, boom. Oh, ooh, duty calls. All right, I'm gonna raise up my desk. Don't need that TV on. Standing desks are a lifesaver. Oh, be right back. Oh, my glutes are so sore. All right, filled the gap. Let's see what happens next. Could be like an announcer to the markets, but it's just like watching paint dry, you know? Be one of those crazy people trading the minute chart or lower. You feel like I'm talking to you. Just don't need it. Too much noise. attempting to keep the perfect trend intact, making its way up. Got my doggy down here. Such good doggies. You go, girls? You go, girl? Yeah. Oh, I gotta get my water. Oh, it's the attempt to keep the perfect trend intact. Well, this push down could have just been gap sellers. Not showing me a picture that I want to trade yet. Patience is key in trading. You'll hear me say it a million times that, like, how many good trades a week do you really need? Like, how many really good trades do you need? Really, if I get one a week, that is more than enough. If I get 2 a week, ooh, we are doing good. It's a style that I've come to because I've tried, um, you know, indicators. I've tried everything under the sun. You know, it's part of the journey, right? Everyone does it. Um, and at the end of the day, I feel most comfortable taking the. I wanted. I approached my trading, my journey, to minimize risk as much as possible, and therefore get rid of most of the emotions that go along with it. So by sizing properly, adding to positions that are going my direction, I keep my risks essentially, not a factor. We could just end up getting some kind of inside the previous day choppy crap today too. That'd be unfortunate. Still just in this range. Dang, the market's been open almost an hour. Just hovering. A lot of people get really excited about trading. My biggest suggestion is pick up a hobby that you can do around your desk or near your desk. Set an alert on the chart at a price level you're interested in, and don't get caught in the weeds. You could be fighting the short and long all morning here, being super stressed out. I think that's silly. Created supply. Maybe we'll see this leg down now. News events, 10 o'clock. Trump speaks. Yeah, I guess you gotta have that on the news event because you don't know what he's gonna say. Kansas City, crude at 11. 10-year. Kansas City Fed. Still trying to keep the perfect trend intact. It's 3 a.m. My goal is like, my goal at looking at price levels is that, um, you pretty much ignore everything in between, right? All the chop in between the imbalances doesn't matter. If you're only taking trades at the imbalances, you increase your odds big time. Don't mess around in the middle. Don't diddle in the middle. That's what they say. You're like, well, what's the middle? Well, the middle between the primary buyers and sellers in the market. I only want to take trades at the big boys levels. Like we were talking about yesterday where we got short. This is validating when something like this happens. We got in at 32.50 right here, and we became the resistance in the market, right? Our position was the resistance. That means we entered exactly where the big money wanted to sell. We were exactly correct. And then we got stopped out break even. Idiot. But that's how it goes. But the levels are key. I'm going to keep hounding. Need a slogan or something. What's up, Josh? Good morning. Would you ever hold a position like yesterday overnight where you didn't get the full reversal during regular trade? Yeah, actually that's what I do I normally swing trade. For that reason exactly, right? Because timing the market's really hard. But oh shit, hang on. Let me just answer this real quick. The timing the market's really hard. So, for instance, yes, ideally, I'd be in this position, and my stop would be above this high here, and I'd be here, and I would have added here, moved my stop down to here, and I would have walked away. Because my thesis was that we retrace like half of the prior day's move, meaning we go down to, here-ish, the 60/80s. So that's precisely why I normally swing trading is what I primarily do. I started off wanting to learn a day trade. Then I got hit with the swing trading bug, and it just makes a lot more sense if you're right in a trade. And it's kind of the same thesis I use during day trading too. If I'm right, I want to take advantage of the whole thing. So swing trading wise, like we were talking about this level down here, and we knew back from the beginning of November how significant this was. So I got long here. And I'm still in that long looking for all-time highs, because why would I get out of the market, right? We know these primary buyers and sellers, and if they're really the primary buyer and seller, we're not going to look back to it, right? So unfortunately, with futures and stuff, it's swing trading is not very feasible for a lot of people, which is perfectly fine. And that's why you have to be so anal when you're managing your risk, But yeah, I mean, you're right. that would have been a perfect trade. And it did what we wanted it to do. And it just comes down to timing the market. You know, the timing was off for us, and that's unfortunate. But yeah, I would definitely say look into swing trading. Like, um, if well, it's a style thing, right? I mean, I'm looking for the turning points in the market. So if I'm looking for a turning point in the market, probably it's going to go up the next 2 or 3 days after too. You know, but once again, it all depends on your time frame and stuff. The most important thing I think is just taking those trades around the key levels, baby. So we got, oops, we did kind of get this push. I wanted to see more strength first. We'll see what happens. Yeah, for sure. And definitely, that the thing about like going your time frames, right? The daily time frame is the big dog. That is where, that is where these levels come from. Like this level here, I have so much confidence in taking a trade at a level like this. I mean, we see price prove to us that the buyers are there, right? So why not? But that most traders that I've interacted with, as you become more experienced and as you along your journey, as you really get to know yourself, a lot of them end up switching to swing trading because it's just we come to trading for money and we come to trading for time, and you get more money and you have more freedom, more time. So, you know, I think that's where a lot of people end up eventually. It's just depending on where in the journey you're at. Be right back. I'm going to refill my water. Dig. Hey, you son of a gun.
Hey, what's up, brother? What you up to?
What do you think? What do you think? Living
Probably
the
fucking.
life. You,
Can you hear me?
how'd that trade turn out?
Huh?
How'd that trade turn out yesterday?
Good.
Yeah?
I took it into the close. I just held it during the.
Nice.
I held it during the last hour, and I said fuck it, and I took it into the close, and yeah, I followed the rules, and I closed it out at 250 profits. So I mean,
Booyah,
yesterday
baby. Nice. Good job.
yesterday I won one loser, one winner for like $65 profit.
And how'd it feel?
It felt good.
Yeah.
Felt good.
Do you feel like you feel more comfortable with
Uh,
losing?
no, I took a trade after hours with
You son
five.
of a bitch.
I
Did
took
you
a
stick to
trade
the
after
rules at
hours.
least?
Hell no. And I made like 1600.
Okay, that's definitely not sticking to the rules.
No, because it's the
All right.
evaluation. But I
Dude, you're stressing me out. It's too early to stress me out.
no, I'm gonna stick to the rules on those funded accounts. But hey, I gotta run and handle something today.
Okay.
Um, but bro, starting tomorrow at 100% next week, every single day, dude. Let's do it.
Hey, I'll be here.
All
I'm
right,
doing
cool.
it.
I'll jump on the fucking live stream or whatever you need.
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, tomorrow for sure, 100%.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be on tomorrow too.
All right, sounds great. Well, hey, good luck today, dude.
All right, you too, man. You have a good day.
Hey, thanks, brother. Thank you, man. Good luck, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, 100%.
Word. All right, sounds
All
good.
right, dude. All right, cool. Bye.
Derek is a good guy. I think he reached out to me on Reddit, and we got to chatting, and I think we spent like a couple months every single day just working with him, and he's improved so much. He's talking to another trader, taking some tips from them, which I think is perfect. That's what you should do. You should take little things, listen to everybody, take little pieces, and see what fits your style. Right now, his biggest problem is his emotions. He wants to go, go, go. He wants to make money, make money, make money. And that's really detrimental. That's a detrimental attitude to have for a trader. So right now, he's taking trades based on his strategy, and he's just set a 1-to-1, $200 win, $200 loss, and his goal is just to watch it. And whether you're in profit or you're in loss, you're gonna sit there and watch it till it hits one or the other. And I think that's a great idea to train your emotions. I I take, there was a time where I was kind of doing a similar thing. I would literally sit on my hands and just stare at the dollar sign. And eventually, took months, but eventually, that dollar sign going up and down really doesn't bother you anymore. But you have to force yourself into those uncomfortable situations, which is hard, which sucks. It really does. Chop City here. Boom. We make a new high. We kept the perfect trend intact. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, we did. Amazing. Look at that. Wow. I mean, the 5 minute trend looks so cool. Then you look at the hourly, it's just this chop fest here. I just like when the market makes pretty pictures. Get rid of this. That's still the idea of what we want. We want to see supply breaking or demand breaking, sorry. supply breaking demand if we wanted to go short. Right now, oh, now we actually are coming into the gap fill. Beautiful. We have, like we're talking about, this blue zone is right above this high here. That is just an area, it's supply. That's where price could not get any higher. But above that, if we start breaking above, we could come back up into the say 130s area up here. And when I say like we have room, so like thinking in terms of supply and demand, I'm not marking these precisely. Right here, supply. This is supply, but once we break this level, we have room to here. Once we break this level, we have room to here. Just holding this 5-minute uptrend. Said at the beginning, kind of a thesis that I'm running with today is push off the open, gap fill near this blue zone, start breaking our 5-minute trend to go short. Yesterday, we were looking for the short yesterday, but my expectation was to do something like this. Now, it's hard to time the market. There's no reason why this picture can't look something like this, right? It's the same picture, it's just drawn slightly different. But we'll see. Just being patient. Even though this is like a level of interest here, this isn't like, this level is solely based on price action, not anything else. Reddit, just the random shit that pops up. So, how do you actually become more fuckable? Never change, Reddit. So let's look at where I wanted to catch the long reversal this morning if I was awake. What would we be looking at, right? This demand here. Right, okay. Alright, just making sure. And then once we reach down into it, we would look at the 5-minute. So coming down into it, we start getting the steeper and steeper trend. And then at this point, we come up. I wouldn't have entered here. I would have waited to show strength, which we do at this point here. Then we take the demand and enter down here. And then you can add on the retest of this demand. So then we would be in a full position with our stop break even right here. And we'd be taking profits here. We'd take profits here. We'd probably be holding on to one, take some profits here. That's like an ideal scenario. But ideal scenarios are hard to come by, right? If I could have the perfect picture every time, that'd be great. You know, the market paints a similar picture consistently. It does like the same thing over and over, but it looks slightly different, right? Never exactly the same. New high, new high. See if we get any reaction up here. Like I said, this is just price action based, not anything else than that. We have potentially room to come back up. Market. I'd mark it like this, I think. I'm just making this area. This is just the top of the supply, the top of our range. Remembering that this supply is a retest of the primary sellers. Broke through that level. Going up. To the moon, as they say. See something like this. You know, same picture. See a push up here. Anywhere else on the 5 minute? No. I mean, we got room. 125 maybe. 130. Got room to the top of the range, I think. What do you guys use to trade? What's your go-tos? One thing I love about trading is everybody it it affects everybody differently, you know? Everybody sees something a little different. Increase volume on this bar. See where we're coming into. Anything important? This is the supply right here, 125. Just a 5 minute supply level though. internals, VWAP, and the use NQ and RTY to trade the MES? Are you taking what do you mean by that? That's interesting. VWAP, internals, love it, love it. Is it Yuki? Is that how you say it? Try using price action and volume. Be honest, it's very hard for me to interpret volume a lot of times. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Price action is king, I would say. Um, volume, I like having it because you can see like right now this huge increase of volume. We potentially get a down bar right here. If we were in a more significant level, that would be something I'm interested in. But we're just hitting this little 5-minute supply. Doesn't make me too interested in that volume. Um, volume divergences, like at the end of a move, is kind of interesting to look at. But yeah, I think it's hard. It's really easy to overthink it, right? Because you don't know. All you know is, oh, there's high or low volume, right? VWAP I love a lot. I think. I think anything that is. I don't think you should be adjusting settings on anything. A lot of people will take an indicator, boom, boom, fit it to the maximum win rate or whatever. But when you start doing that, you're getting further and further away from what the majority of people see, right? VWAP, everybody sees VWAP. Like huge traders use VWAP. That's something that's being looked at, right? I kept VWAP on my charts a lot for multiple years. Really within the last year, I got rid of it just because for me, it makes me overthink. Uh, with my style, it makes me overthink. Exist in both. Yeah. So sometimes I use NQ's price action at a key level for information. Yeah, I love that. RTY, yeah, less so. Yeah, I don't really follow the Rusty too much to be too familiar with it. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. I use SPX, so the cash version of the futures contract, and that's where I'm using their SPX options, um, and then putting them on the futures chart. So similar thing, using uh, similar. Um, oh my gosh, I just brain farted. What do you call stocks? But similar futures products, I guess is the word I was looking for. Um, and using their levels also, yeah, because everything kind of moves the same. So if you're hitting a huge NQ level, and maybe the ES isn't quite where you want it to be, that's still important. I love that. That's awesome. I didn't have to convince you to use anything different. Supply and demand, that's I truly believe that is the function of the market. I think that's the most important base. For me, that's what I found. But aside that, I think it's adding things that add confluence and, like I said, things that you aren't adjusting yourself, things that are like VWAP just is and volume just is. Yeah, so the options data I was telling Yuki, that's how I'm gonna say it. You gotta correct me. I get some levels from, this is the trading edge I have linked in the description. Some levels from here. Some levels from Trading Buddy, who we have a deal So I give him some money, and then he gives me Bloomberg terminal levels. So that's not that. So those are things that I use some paid resources, but those are things that I got using the market's money, basing it off becoming profitable off supply and demand, and then adding things like that to help further. But just any barchart.com, looking at CME, just using anything to see options positioning. And if there's options positioning and it also lines up with the supply or demand level that I'm looking at, oh, that just, it's extra confluence to add to the puzzle, you know? Yuki is perfect. Okay, good. I was gonna say yucky, but like that doesn't sound right. Yeah, to me, supply and demand, you know, when this area here on the 5 minute creates demand, it creates it on this up candle, right? But the whole point of supply and demand is just reading price action. So there's an imbalance here. There's a buy imbalance here in this area. I don't know if it's exactly down here or if it's all the way up here, but it's in that area. And it tells us that. Price is telling us that. We come down, we completely stop. Who can do that? Somebody with more money than me. And boom, new highs. Buy imbalance. That's all that means. That's all supply and demand is. But I think you can see consistently, like this is a perfect, this is literally a perfect uptrend. So it's like the perfect example to see how demand holds in an uptrend, you know? I think it's invaluable. That's definitely the base of my trading. Everything else is just butter in the bread. I don't. Is that a saying? It is now. Boom, boom. Still moving up. Straight up. Oh no. Grabbing things. That's funny. I know this is. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people expect a lot of trades. And it's just not how I do it. You know. Trading should be boring. That's what I'm trying to convince Derek of. He gets so pumped up about it. And I do too. I love the markets. I love watching how they move. I love analyzing them. And I like making money too. It just needs to come. Money needs to come because you're following your rules and you're analyzing the market properly. Definitely have room up to here. This is an extensive extension move here, though. We'll see. We'll see how much of a push we get. One thing that's not making me too confident to want to take a short at the top of this range is because this supply up here, you always ask, what did the level accomplish, right? So this supply at the top, what did it accomplish? It pushed us back to buyers, and that's it, right? So this supply was profit takers, perhaps, right? So coming back into it, mm, I this supply is just these sellers. So it's not really, this isn't really something I want to trade. The things that have going for it, it is at the top of this range. Um, it did have an imbalance, a sell imbalance from there. I just don't know. Market can be irrational. We are coming off of buyers. The sellers could be slightly above 140. If we make a new high and don't start seeing sellers step in, then an all-time high is likely. Now moves like this is interesting when price just expands and does like a irrational move, right? That you only have so many buyers in the market. So if the price just does that, right, it's becoming exhausted, right? If it does that into a key level, ooh, that's pretty interesting. So like let's say we got an up bar with heavy volume into 130. I might just throw on a short right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be the 7th bar. I would be way more excited about a short up here if we took out this demand here. If we came a little lower, took out this demand, and then we were coming back up, that would be more exciting. That would be a picture like yesterday where we took out the demand and then came back up. What's our VIX at today? Still around 15. VIX is coming down into a key level too. Increased volume. We got minute 40 left in the spar. It'll have more volume than that one. I'd like to see it close on it. Get into there. Get into those sellers. If that downtrend broke that first demand level you have on the hour chart, would you then consider taking a trade at the supply level around the 61.30? Yep, exactly. So the picture, am I confident in this a short up here right now, the way this looks? Not so much. If it would have came down, boom, to here, and then we started seeing this, I would have more confidence because that shows us these sellers were strong enough to take out at least one level of buyers, right? Right now, they weren't. They just pushed us right back to them, and we said, "All right, let's get going. Let's go on to the next high." So that would be the ideal picture. But we are in the sideways range, so I have to stick with my rules. I have to sell the top of the range. Do I think we can make new all-time highs? Yeah. Am I going to buy this now? No. Minus what you said just now regarding a sudden move into the level. Right. I hope I answered that. Did I answer that? I hope that made sense. Essentially, this level, I want it to prove to me that it's strong. That would entail taking out opposing levels, which we did not. I just want to throw in a short, really. I really want it to the 130, though. Little blip. Give me a little blip up. And then you got to retrace to the demand, at least. So that would give, that's only 10 points. And hopefully it goes through. Market has not been very volatile recently. Or even if it doesn't blip a little higher off this, I wouldn't mind something like this. And it's the same picture over and over. It's just the imbalance is proving, letting price prove the imbalance to you. Getting in on a retest. Trying to be in on the right side of the trade. Meaning, like, if we wanted to get long in this downtrend, we want to be on the right side of the turning point. How do we know if we're on the right side? We don't. But if we are on the right side, supply is going to start failing. Demand is going to start holding. So if I took a short right now, I would potentially be on the left side of the trade, not quite to where the turning point is. I'm essentially just throwing in a guess, right? Really would like to get a 130. I'll take a short up there. It meets top of the range on the hourly and a exhaustive type move up. It's not really that exhaustive, but I would take a stab. The market will paint a picture that I like. It's just being patient enough to let it, right? It's constantly repeating similar pictures. I kind of think of the market like being a translator. You got to let it speak before you can make a decision. Otherwise, you're just guessing what it wants to say. Gotta pee. Did I wash my hands? Yes, I washed my hands. Oh, Congress will pass the largest tax cut in American history. The fuck does that mean? Oh, Trump's talking, that's why. Gotta be careful here. Anything could happen. Is that just something he said? Oh yeah, it's just from his talking. Surely for the little guys, right? Oh no, for only the rich people. Yeah, that tracks. But yeah, I don't know how the market cares about that. Ever, I feel like that's already priced in. It's already stuff that he said he wanted to do. I'm here. I'm just off camera for a sec. Sorry if I coughed in the mic. That's a ton of volume. Ton of volume on. I will ask OPEC to lower oil prices. I will demand lower interest rates. Is that how that works? The interest rates? I demand you go lower. If you don't, you will have to pay a tariff. Really going nationalistic, aren't we? Just trying to think how the market interprets that and what is mostly priced in. none of what he's saying right now is new. He's making a lot of demands. That doesn't actually change anything, right? Potentially with the uncertainty, I have a thesis on like the daily time frame. Is we kind of stick in this range that we're in now. Because as much as I talked about these buyers being fantastic, these sellers did equally as much. So these might be the two. We'll even bring this down like that. The market range until it's not, right? Wait, maybe a new house justice. Get rid of this drawing. We know what we want. Still didn't make it up to the white up there. Crude. Let's see. What the crude do? Sorry, I'm texting. Don't text and trade, kids. Be right back, one second. All right. Probably be listening.
Florida, Mr. Steve Schwartzman, Chairman, CEO, and co-founder of
But you
Blackstone
guys weren't
Group.
hearing it.
So,
Wait, why am I not hearing it? What? Why would that happen? Hang on. Okay. So that literally picks up on a stream, but I can't hear it out of my ears. Why would speakers? Oh, I'm so confused. Why would that happen? Why would Chrome play and I could see the audio in OBS working like it's playing? I don't hear anything. I can't hear that audio at all. Let's.
And we're glad you were.
Nope, nope, can't hear that. Oh. Pop it up. I might just throw on a cell. 132. I'm trying to figure out my audio system. What do you think? Minute left on the candle. Settings and OBS. Audio. Desktop audio.
monetary tariffs, and those are very bad.
That wasn't it. Stop, Jim. Don't understand why I can't hear anything in my headphones.
Hey there. It looks like you've got your ad blocker on.
I'm not gonna
Ads
trade
help
that
us keep
for it.
Pandora free and prevent any playback issues with your music. Tap now to disable ad blocker and keep things running smoothly.
I want to break this trend. It looks too strong right now. Dude, why? Wait. I hear... Can't hear Discord sounds either. What the f... Wait, that just happened. What just... That just changed. I was hearing Discord earlier, so why can't I hear... Let me see. Again. Oh my gosh, I had to turn it off and on again. Okay. Okay. So we have
And they make it
on the U.S. domestic gas price, and they recommend a pause
Donald speaking.
on these projects. I would ask you the following question: what are your views about such?
I don't really want to take this short. This is really strong. Like I said, the supply didn't prove that it was significant.
An increased domestic gas price because of its exports. And final question, which is important for Europe: would you agree to guarantee security of supplies of U.S. LNG to Europe?
Well, on the last part of your question, yes, I would. I would make sure that you get it. If we make a deal, we make a deal, you'll get it. Because a lot of people do have that problem. They make a deal and then it can't get supplied because of war-type problems and other problems. So we would absolutely do that. LNG is very interesting because when I took office for the first term, one of the first things I
Standing desk, baby.
There were two very massive plants in Louisiana, a state that has been very good to me, won it by many, many points. And I felt strongly indebted to it, actually. And they said there are two plants that have been under environmental consideration for more than 10 years. And they were costing, as you say, you know how expensive those plants are, but they were costing like 12 billion and I think 14 or 15 billion. But they couldn't get their permits. They were in review for years, many, many years, like a decade. or more. And I said, so ridiculous. I know so much about that because in the construction industry, I had to go through it too, but I got good at it after a while. But I saw the projects, and you're talking about a total investment of 25 to 30 billion dollars, and it looked like it was going to end. They couldn't get their permits, and I got them done in less than a week. It was done, completed. In fact, when they called them to announce that it was done, the countries, largely countries, Japan was involved and another country and some very big investors, they couldn't believe it. They actually couldn't believe it. And I said, just do yourself one favor. Don't pay any consultants, because the only one that got it done was me. I got it done because it was the right thing to do for the U.S. and for the world, but the consultants had nothing to do with it. You know, the consultants go in and they say, give us millions of dollars because Trump did it. Nobody called me about it. I just heard it was a problem for years.
I love
And I got it
listeners'
done because it was the right thing to
own
do
voice.
for the U.S. and the right thing to do for beyond. It had to do with energy, very important. So I think it's very important. I think I disagree with one. I think the more that you do, the lower the price is going to go. And what I'd like to see is rapid approvals. We're going to give very rapid approvals in the United States, like with the AI plants. Talking to many people want to build them. That's going to be a very big thing. We're going to build electric generating facilities. They are going to build. I'm going to get them the approval. Under emergency declaration, I can get the approvals done myself without having to go through years of waiting. And the big problem is we need double the energy we currently have in the United States. Can you imagine? For AI to really be as big as we want to have it, because it's a very competitive, it'll be very competitive with China and others. So I'm going to give emergency declarations so that they can start building them almost immediately. And I think it was largely my idea because nobody thought this was possible. It wasn't that they were not smart, because they're the smartest.
Oh, you're just so
But
much smarter
I
though.
told them that what I want you to do is build your electric generating plant right next to your plant as a separate building connected. And they said, wow, you're kidding. And I said, no, I'm not kidding. You don't have to hook into the grid, which is old and, could be taken out. If it's taken out, they wouldn't have any
You think they said that?
way to get
Wow, you're
any
kidding.
electricity. So we are going to allow them to go on a very rapid basis to build their plant, build the electric generating
Nuts.
plant. They can fuel it with anything they want, and they may have coal as a backup. Good, clean coal. If there were a problem with
Clean coal.
with a pipe
Yeah.
coming in, as an example, you're going with gas, oil or gas, and a pipe gets blown up or for some reason
We don't
doesn't
care about
work.
this.
There are some
Say
companies
something.
in the U.S.
Talk
that
about
have coal sitting right
shit.
by the plant, so that if there's an emergency, they can go to that short-term basis and use our very clean coal. So that's something else that a lot
Why
of
does he
people
keep
didn't
saying
know
that?
about, but nothing can destroy coal, not the weather,
What?
not a bomb, nothing. It might make it a
Why do
little
you?
smaller.
I don't understand the
might make
clean
it a
coal
little
thing.
different shape, but coal is very strong as a backup. It's
I'm
a
just
great
listening
backup
to
have
see
that facility, and
if
it wouldn't
anything's
cost
going to
much
affect the market.
more money. And we have more coal than anybody. We also have more oil and gas than anybody. So we're going to make it so that the plants will have.
Right, that's enough of that. We have more oil and gas and coal than everybody, and we're in a national emergency for energy. How does that work? Top of the range in supply. I'm just hesitant to take this trade because Donald is speaking. And really, anything can happen when he talks. So grinding up. Strong uptrend right now. Reclaimed all the downness from yesterday. According to my rules, we're in an hourly range now. But like I was saying earlier, this supply did not take out any demand levels. So that makes me think that this supply imbalance isn't that strong. We'll see how we react up here. If we start breaking this trend and creating supply and retest over here, I'd probably take it short. Could just be a rangy type day. Or we just grind. We could, maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Today's a confusing day for me. I don't really feel comfortable today, which is important to know about your strategy and stuff. Things aren't optimal. I'm not just going to throw anything on. Stick to the plan, stick to the rules. That's it. Yeah, Josh, I trade full time. But just so I primarily swing trade. Trading to me is like a wealth building tool. So trying to swing trade, catch those swings, and then dollar cost average in investments. I'm retired, so my bills are paid through retirement. So trading does not pay my bills. Let me be clear. But could it? Yeah, but I use it as a wealth building tool. I think if you have to rely on trading for an income, I think that is extraordinarily difficult. I feel comfortable enough now that I could do that, but just the stresses, you don't know what's going to happen in the market. It's just, that's so stressful. I think trading can be a great tool to build wealth. And the more you rely on it for monthly expenses, the more every single trade matters. And yeah, I don't think a lot of people can handle that. I think that's a really difficult thing. Not saying it can't be done. I know it can be done. I've seen it done. Yeah, this is pretty. That's why I want to start streaming because this is just what I do all day. If I could give a few ideas to people, then my goal is complete. You get little pieces of the puzzle from here and there and here and there, and then you try to put them together to your own puzzle. It's your puzzle you're creating. That's why I'm not like I'm just trading over here. I'm just in a combine just to show the executions. This isn't. I want zero focus on the money. It's just about the trading, right? Why we're thinking what we're thinking, what has probability. My biggest tip for if anyone's learning to trade is as soon as somebody says make X amount in 30-second, like, I'm not listening to you. You know, you're too focused on the money. You're probably selling something. It's popped up. You know what? I was muted. What a fool. What a fool. What was I saying? Oh, if we break this candle high, we most likely go through the zone. If we start breaking this high, this becomes a daily demand zone. Doggies. So we were talking about value. You know, these were high volume, bars on the up move. And sometimes they give you clues, but high volume bar, get a down bar next. This didn't break the high actually. Yet. Came right up here, huh? The tippity top? Is that where the position is at? I would more expect it to go through. Still can. You gotta go potty? I'll let the dog. Talking to myself again. Jeez. That it created supply, breaking the prior candle low, made it to 134.75. Trend's not broken yet. No demand has been taken out yet. We do believe there are sellers up here. But if this is a strong move like it is so far, we could just chop for a few minutes in here before we move higher. Who knows? Remember, if somebody tells you they know, they're lying. What's up, John? I honestly expected more of a move from Trump speaking. Yeah, um, yeah, I kind of agree. But I think this was a decent positive pressure. I just don't know how much, so like the market prices in as much as it can know, right? I feel like we knew everything that he was saying, that I listened to at least, was stuff that he said before, said they wanted to do, It's so in my mind, most of that's probably priced in the market already. Well, we'll see. We'll see how irrational this, if you look at the daily, market goes up, baby. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm pretty not feeling today. If we start breaking down here of this trend and retest supply, I'll throw on a short just because it met criteria. But as far as the strength of these levels that we're looking at, I don't feel too confident. Yeah, I totally agree. Today just feels off. Really, all like, sticking to my rules. I have to, be thinking this way, but I'm really not sure about today. I'm not feeling it too much. I'm more interested in about tomorrow. Yeah, we could see some. Might be just a market digestion day. We could just stay in this range until tomorrow. That would make perfect sense too. And if that's the case, yeah, do I really want to be messing around in the range? If price paints a decent picture, then maybe. Plenty of time to close. Usually, from what I see at least, we kind of somewhat sideline the closer to me. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Like we just end up doing some bullshit like this, right? And then tomorrow we'll do some fake out move off the news, and then just boom, go one way. Is the idea. We'll see. I know days like this, I feel like it's like 2 o'clock already, and it's like only 11. There's still time in the market. Yeah, the Nasdaq. Let's see. See what that looks like. All right, boom. Similar picture. Where do we come down to? Yep, that. Oh, the Nas actually. We're not nearly as high up. We're only up to here, huh? But this was like that overnight high that I was pointing out at the ES. Wow. The ES is like all the way the heck up here right now. Yeah, I could for sure. So as far as we look at the hourly, we have supply, supply, demand, demand now. And this supply broke on the hourly. So yeah, room up, just like what the ES did, room up to the 22050s. Interesting. Yeah, I used to look, I do look at multiple markets, but as far as day trading goes, I just like keeping it simple, keeping it chill. Yeah, it's so weird. It's like the NQ is still in this move down here. It would be super interesting to see if it like went up. How was Trading Bed for you though? I remember you popped up at my suggested a few months back when you released your original tutorials. Oh yeah, cool. Oh great. I was saying earlier, I'm primarily a swing trader. I use trading as a wealth building tool. My goal is to catch the turning points in the market. Um, my goal in like these videos and stuff is just to get some ideas out there. You don't have to trade like me. You don't have to like my face. You don't have to, you know, listen to exactly what I say. But if there might be a concept here or there that could help. Man, nothing pisses me off more than like the trading space. It's just the most toxic, self-serving. It's disgusting. I hate it. I'm not trying to be like an influencer or anything. Just like you said, if somebody gets a suggested thing, and maybe you could pick up a few things that are interesting out of it. That is my goal. Goal complete. This trend, I consider us broken. Do something like that. Supply. We did retest the supply on this candle already. We'll see what it can do. It did a nice little bounce back up. I'd take a short off that. It gets messy. I don't like watching much trading videos on YouTube either. It's generally a big names trying to sell a course. Yeah, man. Or it's either that or just like, oh, look at this 20 accounts that I made 10,000 each on. Like that is completely realistic. You know, clickbait, so much clickbait. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's literally the goal is like I said, just an idea or two. I'm at the point in my trading where I am super confident. I'm not overconfident. I'm confident in my trading plan. I'm confident in my trading style, my risk management. So I'm confident enough to share it at this point. And if don't come here hoping to see like flashy dollar signs, because like I said, it's just a combine. I'm just showing executions and talking through the thoughts, right? I'm also, you'll see another guy that I talked to in Discord. I met him through Reddit actually, and I mentored him for a few months, and he's doing pretty decent, but still struggling with the psychology part. So he pops in. He'll be in tomorrow, and I like when he's in because he has perspective of a newer trader. I mean, he's not new by any means, but emotionally, struggles with that part. So it's cool to talk about it in real time. And my next plan is get like I have a Discord. Maybe I'll just clean it up and then open up a channel and just kind of have like a chat in space if anyone's interested in. Understandable. I guess you stream most days now. Yeah, well, I'm 3 for 3 stream. This is like my third stream, I think. But yeah, my plan is to do it every day because I'm here anyways. I'm doing this exact same thing anyways. So if I stream it, record it, make some recap about interesting things, concepts, I'm picking it up kind of just like a hobby, you know. Also, it holds me accountable to my rule set. If I start breaking my rules, well, what kind of example is that set? I don't break rules anymore at this point, but I like to challenge myself. Yeah, I thought about that too. If it got to that point, that'd be cool. You do music? I'm assuming. Otherwise, your name is very confusing. Do you play or do you sing or do you both? Used to. Only one thing with a friend ages ago. Well, what did you play? Oh, backing tracks, cool. You still do it as a hobby, or you just moved away from it? Thing I like about trading, and if you have a patient trading style, I would describe my style as a very patient style. Um, I just like doing different hobbies during the trading day. Like I said, kind of why I picked up this. I consider it like a hobby. Oh, that's awesome. You got something you like. What what exactly is software engineering? Like creating software? Still got the COVID cough. Oh, killing me. Your vaping doesn't help, right? Oh, okay, I see. Like back end services and stuff like that. That's cool. Oh man, too bad you weren't here earlier. I could see my desktop playing sound on OBS. I can hear it on my headset, and I just had to unplug my thing, and I fixed it. But I was so confused. I got a Focusrite Scarlett for my headphones and mic, but it keeps fucking cutting out randomly, and I don't know if it's that issue or if it's an issue with my computer. It cuts out in certain games fairly often, and this is actually the first time I did it on the stream. I'll throw on a short if it pulls back up. Like I said, that 31, 32 area. Not that I'm expecting much. More so expecting just to come to this demand here, possibly. Start ranging for today. Yeah, I was thinking it was probably my computer. The sound, like when it happens, I could see all the levels on it, like working, just nothing's coming through, and then it's when I unplug the USB and plug it back in, it starts working. So I think you're right. I don't think it's the Focusrite. My computer's not old, but definitely I think I upgraded it like 3 or 4 years ago. Upgraded it during COVID, yeah. Like, oh, staying home, staying inside all day? Oh, geez. Just needed an excuse. Maybe I'll use the bird flu as the next excuse to upgrade the computer. Yeah, I think it is overkill. I just kind of, I liked the way it looked, I guess. Actually, I got these, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'll tell you what really happened. Okay. I got these Bear Dynamic headphones, and the plug is a thick one. It's like the 1/4 inch plug. And I was like, fuck. I thought I looked and saw that it was like the 3.5 millimeter plug. I was like, that just goes right in the computer. So I got them. I was all excited, and it was like this thick ass plug. I'm like, this isn't going anywhere. Like, what am I gonna do with this? And I didn't want to send them back. I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go full. I'll just get the Focusrite, and then we'll plug it all through there. But you just unscrew like the 1/4 inch thing, and there's a 3.5 millimeter underneath it. I didn't realize that until I already ordered. So completely unnecessary. Yeah. Now I got it. So we're using it. How do you like Marvel Rivals? I have it downloaded. I literally just haven't played. I've been playing a lot of the finals. I've been digging that game. Yeah, my disappointment was immeasurable. I was so excited to like listen to music with a nice headset because I came from just like HyperX gaming headset or whatever. Dude, I used to play Valorant all the time. Yeah, that made me a toxic person. I was an Omen main. Yeah, right. Same with CS. I used to play CS, or I played CS like since Counter-Strike Source, and it you have to you really have to become a different person to like you know deal with that crap. I'll probably give Rivals a go this weekend. The finals? What didn't you like about the finals? I quit the finals like a few months after it came out because there were so many cheaters. And I just started up maybe like a month ago again, and haven't ran into anything suspicious, and it's been pretty fun. Definitely a big gamer though. I love me some games. I take first person shooter psychology is harder than trading psychology. If you can somehow have amazing psychology both games, yeah, man. Oh, for sure, yeah. I think I think because I played CS like when I was a kid, so you definitely have to thicken up quickly. And if you don't, you're just I don't know, probably gonna cry a lot playing. And it's a high, it's intense, and there's a lot of crap coming at you, and you have to try to focus, and people are yelling at you, and you got your emotions all riled up, and if you don't handle them, if you don't keep them under control, you don't get a good result. And the same thing with trading. I totally agree with that. I never thought about that before, but for sure, I'll say a lot of my calm under pressure has been thank thankfully for hours and hours of video games. Something came out of it. I'm just nervous playing Rivals because I feel like there's a ton of characters, and so I hate feeling stupid, like running around and then like, oh yeah, why'd you run into that? It's like, what was that? Oh, it was Black Widow secretions that insta kill you. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. Then I just get pissed. But yeah, it's on my to do play. I still play a little bit of Counter Strike, but not some, just more so to reminisce for a little bit. 941. Yeah, I dig that. Retested the man. Definitely has room higher at this point, like just like the ES did. You know, essentially perhaps catching, this leg up there. Hopefully, right? This is yeah, ESA and face it. I just always felt like that was too hardcore for me. It was like Not too competitive. I'm competitive. Just what I don't want to go through all those steps. Not too much happening today. Would have taken a short if we got a little higher just to throw one on. I'm unsure. I'm unsure about today. I feel like the probabilities betray me. Power hour. Is that from Top Step says that a lot. Probably gonna sit out the stray doesn't do much. Yeah. Yeah, not feeling it today too much. Which is also what my buddy said too, that I talked to. Just unsure. Rangy perhaps. Maybe we go straight up. Who knows? I do like watching Top Step. It's I think it's valuable because of all the different types of people and types of traders that they bring in. You could tell that some are not as confident as others, but taking pieces of their puzzle and adding it to yours. That's nice because they're all somewhat vetted by going into Top Step. At least a little bit more than a random YouTuber. Yeah, some of the drama. And some people live for the drama. I'm super anti-drama. I just don't. I like observing drama. It's like watching a train wreck. But I got like a drama bubble. Like don't come in here. Oh, there's a lawsuit going on. I didn't hear about that. That's juicy. What? Oh, really? Well, I know. Oh, it's Rip. That's who it's against. Rips versus Patrick. I think Patrick rubs me the wrong way. I think Rips has some good insight. I think Patrick has been proven to be kind of sleazy. Is it like a talking shit lawsuit? Like, you said this about me. That's always fun. What do you want to do here? Yes. Low volume. Actually, well, dropping off. Decent volume on the day, though. Did he? I could believe that. They got like those dudes will just like throw on contracts like a madman. Yeah, just 20 deep. What? 20? 20 what? Contracts? Out of the NAS? Yeah, it happens. That's all I've been seeing the last couple days. Like trade, the annoying part of trading reversals, I think I talked about it earlier, is like this is the reversal long down here. Well, I consider I missed it, which sucks. Because if this happened at like 8:30, that would have been a good day. Biggest issue, find a when to be in and out. Create a different form of supply and demand. Always catch it at the wrong time, and it cost me quite a lot. What do you mean, catch it at the wrong time? Like, just bad entry? Oh, too early or too late. Yeah, timing is tough. Timing is the tough part. If we're in an uptrend, in order to go up, demand has to hold. So a majority of the time, the demand will hold. So a retest to a lower demand, a beautiful thing. I wonder, I'm just trying to think how, I don't really have any suggestions for you. Timing wise, I'm always looking for the same picture. I want to see demand take out opposing sellers or sellers take out opposing demand levels. That's just showing the direction of the imbalance. And then if you could be on the right, the quote unquote right side of the V, if you will, even if you get a bad entry here and get stopped out, you still have plenty of opportunity. That's the hard part about trading too, is like you could have a solid plan, but like yesterday, like I made $0 and I said this is exactly what I wanted the market to do. That's why risk management is so important, because you are going to get chopped up, and miss exactly what you wanted. if you get chopped up and those chops hurt you, and like if you're feeling pain from each one, then maybe it's a size down issue. I like to, my entry position's always half size a full position. Just because if I am wrong right away, if I do think we're going long here and I'm wrong, well, I'm losing half and I'm wrong quick. Then I get along, oh, maybe I'll try here. Oh, it starts working. Good, good, good. I add more. Boom, boom. Now I'm in a full position from this point. And that just makes the losses so minuscule. I traded the move up yesterday, got wicked out. That entire move between 840 and 10 was just Wick City. Okay, let's see. This probably 840. Oh, were you? Oh, here probably. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or you on the? Maybe you got long. You got out. You got stopped out on this wick here, probably. Oh yeah. Hey, leave it alone, doggies. My only suggestion. So like when I see this, well, I don't know how you're entering. One thing I'd say is if you have, don't be afraid of entering on this down bar if you're bullish. We have this little demand blip here. We have demand here. Don't be afraid of buying on a fully red bar. That's one of the, like, when I was on my journey, one of the things I kept asking myself is like, okay, most people fail. How do I do the opposite? Like, literally, like, what's the opposite? Like, I'm going to buy on the fattest red bars. I'm going to buy because that is the best price. The only way you're going to get a best price is a red bar, and the only, for a long, or a green bar for a short. Not that I'm just like throwing out sells on up bars, but if this is pulling back, this was a red bar until it's not, right? Until it's not. Ooh, chopping around here. Ooh. Chop City. I just don't see probabilities too much today. Short biased up here. I don't trust the strength. I mean, that would have worked so far. But for that trade to be worth it, I needed to collapse all the way down here, which I don't know if we have that kind of move. So it did, the same thing over and over that I'll say is like, I don't know exactly where I drew it, but I said, come up, make a new high, break lower, retest to go lower, right? Same picture. I want to go a little bit higher to get the sellers, and I want to see those sellers cause a reaction. Those sellers caused a reaction, broke these prior lows on this down move. Come back, retest. I said I would sell if it got up here, 131. Didn't quite make it. But that's the 5-minute picture that I'm looking for most of the time. I'm probably going to give it another 30 minutes to see what happens, and then I'll probably just call it to work out or something. Come in strong tomorrow. That equal lows for now. Hey, I appreciate the chatting, John. It was nice. Nice to meet you too. To me, it would make sense to come back down here, maybe. It seems rangy for right now. Is there a reason I like the so for the ES, my reasonings choosing that, I mean, so I look at SPX options because it's the cash version of the ES. So it just pairs nicely. I'm sure there's other things like NQ you could pair with you know, what is the cash NQ called? I don't know. You can compare those levels too. Well, I just prefer the ES. Also because I think all eyes are on it. So like when there is a significant area where I think the buyers are, then it should be all the buyers, you know. Should really be. But no reason in particular. I've traded NQ, traded oil. I just like it's comforting. Nas getting it down. Oh yeah. Nas is looking rangy. That looks more. ES had some big buyers step in this morning. Oops. Dow's moving up nice. Yeah, I traded the Dow. I kind of like the Dow. Also. I try to keep it simple though. I have my investing account and all that, and then this is my swing shorter term trading with the ES because I think futures are just better for that for shorter term trading. All right, John. Yeah, it was really nice talking to you too. I'll see you around. Enjoy your lunch. And I'm about to head out of here. Yeah, I might just join you right now. That sounds like a good idea. And I kind of have to poop. All right. Thanks for chatting. Catch you guys tomorrow if you want to show up. I'll be here. Peace.